Today's show is pre-recorded.
Y'all know what time it is. Y'all don't know, y'all better ask somebody. Hat on, suit on, looking like the Dapper Dawn, giving them all dressed like $1,000,000, diamond things in its cuffs. Y'all tell me who could it be but Steve Harvey? Yeah, listening to me. Put your hands together for Steve Harvey. Put your hands together. Why don't you join me? Yeah. Steve Harvey got to turn them out. Got to turn them out. Steve Harvey turn them on in the morning, y'all. Come on, Steve. Come on. Do your thing, Big Daddy.
I sure will. Good morning, everybody. You are listening to The Voice. Come on, dig me now. One and only. Steve Harvey. Got a radio show. Man, yeah, I do. Man, God been good to me. Man, he been so good to me. Wow. And you know why I say it like that, what makes it amazing is because it's been in spite of myself. I mean, you know what I mean by that? I mean that he's been good to me in spite of all the craziness I've done. All the foolishness I've gotten myself involved with, and not only but knowingly got myself involved with. All of the stupid decisions I've made. Put all that to the side, and he's still been good to me. Bring it all and put it on the plate, and he's still been good to me. Man, that's amazing, man. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that could say the exact same thing. I mean, come on, man. I got you ain't famous. Ain't nobody got no microphone in your face. I got nobody ain't got no spotlight on you. I got nobody ain't got no camera in your face. I got nobody probably ain't nobody blogging about you. But let me tell you something. If you break it down and be real about it, you done something outside the box. You done something, ladies included. You've done something out the box. You woke up and went, what did I do that for? Oh, we've all done it. So with all that said and done, God still loves you, man. God still loves you, still wants the best for you, still considers you his child, and is willing, man, to show you your future. He is willing to show you your life. He is willing to let you take a peek at the blueprint. Man, that's an amazing God right there. Because I know I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I'm glad it's him. You know, today, man, I want to encourage brothers out there. And when I say brothers, I'm talking to everybody that's of the male species. I don't care about your color. I really, really don't. I don't even have time for that in my day. Matter of fact, sometimes when you get to discussing race, I just get tired of it sometimes. So I just wish, some days I just want to wake up and just do me. I got what the skin tone is. I got that. But I just want to wake up some days and just go on about my business and do me. I don't want to have to deal with it. Sometimes I get tired of talking about the issues. I ain't going to make them go away, but sometimes I get tired. So today I'm talking to brothers, all the brothers of the male species. I'm talking about men. Today, man, if you ain't doing it all, if you're feeling empty, man, start today completing your process and your journey. And you know what I'm saying by that? If there's a part of you that's missing as a man, And now, man, I'm talking to you, so, you know, some ladies listening, but you know what I'm talking about. It's some part of you that's missing as a man. If you ain't really been in touch with your kids like you're supposed to. Now, for whatever the reason is, and please know, I do understand how sometimes women can use children as pawns. It happens all the time. I've been through it, man. I know what it feels like, man, to want to do something, but because you ain't got this or you ain't doing this, then I ain't going to let you have this. You got to fight through, fellas. You got to fight through. You got to fulfill your end of the deal. And I got how difficult they making it. I got how, man, it's going to come with some drama, but you got to fight through it. Because, man, we need fathers to be fathers. That's really what we need. If you're a man out there and you are a father of a child, we need you to do your job. I'm talking about our community, our situation, us as a people, all of us. We need you to be a father, period. Now, hey, man, I ain't coming down on you. I'm just your boy. I'm your man. And I've been in the same predicament and the same hole myself, where I couldn't get to them, where they were used as pawns, where they were told things about me that wasn't even true. I've been through it. You can't see them. You don't come over. Okay, I got all that. You ain't sent this. You ain't, okay, hey, got all that. If you can call them sometimes, tell them you're thinking about them. Tell them you love them. If you can get a letter to them, if you can get a message to your children through one of your relatives, start the process today. Be a father. It's your job. Now, because you ignoring him, or you acting like they ain't over there, or you done backed them out of your mind because the situation got too difficult, I got that. I got that. But you got to step up and be fathers. You got to write a letter. You got to send the money. If she talking about if you don't send all the money, you ain't going to send what you got. If taking it over there is too much drama, send it through a relative. Give it to a mama. Give it to a sister. Ask her to take it over there and do something for the baby. Because, okay, you can't deal with the drama. I got that. And I know it's much to pay when you have to deal with that. Because clearly I know hell have no fury like a woman scorned. Please know I know that. Please know. And that's a real statement. That ain't no saying Steve got. That's the truth. So, but do what you got to do. Sometimes you have to apologize. Sometimes an apology goes a long way to your children. Just say, look, because I've made this apology before. Hey, man, look, I'm sorry. I wasn't there for you. I was out grinding and hustling, and I wasn't paying attention to you. And I should have been. And I apologize. Now, imagine, man, there's days where you was telling people I was your father up at the school and they wasn't believing you. I apologize for sending you through that. But now, man, I tell you what, I made some mistakes and I got it together. I want me and you to move forward as father and son. I want me and you to move forward as father and daughter. I want to be in your life. Now, I ain't got a lot, but guess what? I know a lot. Because if you a man and you a father, please know you know something that child don't know. You have information. You have experience. That's all they need sometimes, to have somebody to talk to. That daughter of yours just needs to know from her daddy, how should a man treat me, Dad? What should I look for in a man? See, they'll take that information from you because they know it's coming from the right place. And then you know that your son needs you because you know how difficult it is if you're trying to be a man without your daddy. You already know how funky that is right there. So come on, man, admit your mistakes and move forward. Call your kids, write a letter, get a phone number on them, send a text, drop a message, send a note up to the school. Do something, man. If those of us that are fathers would just be fathers, I could shut the mentoring camp down. Now, I would say I apologize because I don't want you to think I'm coming down on you, but I've been through this myself. I ain't really coming down. I'm just reminding you, this is our job. These are our children. This is our responsibility. We are men. There is no excuses. You don't get cut a break on that one. Sorry.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, hey, you, get away from that window. You've been there 15 times. Ain't nothing happening. Same thing. Packages across the street, lady walking the dog. Get away from that window. Sit down, listen to the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Get away from that window. Ain't that right, Shirley?
Yeah. Well, I got to do something with these binoculars. Good morning, Jay. I'm in the house.
Get away from that window. What's up, Carla? What's going on with you, baby?
I'm waiting on my packages. I gotta see what's happening.
No,
I'm in
don't
the
you
window.
feel bad when the truck stops in front of your house and then they go cross
the street?
street?
Like, dude, you
hate
just
that.
played me.
He
hate that.
delivers all the time. I'm talking about the king of pranks. What's up, Tommy? What's going on with you, man?
I know that ain't what she wearing to pick up the mail. Look at her. What is that she got on? Hey, Miss Reynolds. Ooh, I don't know why she wore that.
Yeah, here's another one coming. Pick that up. Your dog did it there. Pick it up. Pick it up. Clean it up.
Wherever he do it, it's where you scoop it, right there.
But Tommy, what about Friday? Hey, Miss Parker. Called me, but she was all fake Craig mama. Okay.
Yeah.
You know damn well them shorts too tight.
But
to be wearing.
you know what has happened to us? I don't know about y'all, but you're almost, I'm just saying, maybe just me, you're almost used to doing nothing. You've been doing nothing for so long that you're used to it.
You're right, Jay.
Yeah.
And when it first started out, we had big plans. we're going to cure all the diseases in the world. We're going to save the world. We're going to do all that. New plans, new purposes. Now my plan is when I get up, go to the living room, out of the bedroom. That's it.
Have you done any new projects though since you've been in the house? Like I'm gonna
Yes,
clean
I
up
have.
this
Yes, I have.
closet or this.
Oh, yes.
Have you done that at
I've
least?
thrown some stuff away that my nephew who lives with me went in the trash and got some of it out. So it was. I've thrown a lot of stuff away.
You got to do stuff with that shopping time.
Yeah.
The time you would
gotta-
normally be out shopping or something. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
But now you're like, I don't need anything because you don't dress up anymore. It's tennis shoes. Yeah, you don't go nowhere. So,
My garage is immaculate now.
Well, that's you.
And
That's how you live, though. That's your
That's how I
life.
live though. But now I just hang out in the garage now because it's just, I
Let me
done
tell you
pressure wash
something.
the ground. I'm good in there, boy.
I love a clean garage. I really
see,
do.
Yes.
When that
You're different
that
from me,
door
Tommy, because
goes
every
up.
time I go in the garage, I'm like, Lord, there's so much stuff I need to throw away.
You don't know where to start. You don't know where to start.
We were like that, Jay. We cleaned out our garage. And then we started cleaning out stuff in the house again. So now we went in the garage. We was like, no. We did
Don't put it in.
clean.
Don't put it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to tell you what I've tried to do, and I'm not good at it.
What?
My nails. I'm not good at that.
Oh, I got him.
Oh,
Did 'em.
yeah.
Man,
that's
I pulled a
Monica.
hangnail and didn't know I wasn't supposed to pull it, and I think it damn near came all the way back to my elbow. I pulled that damn thing.
That
I
hurts.
bled for a day.
Oh, I'm good at doing my feet, though. My feet are good. My hands, no. Not so much. All right.
I pass out bending over that low.
Coming up at 32 minutes after the hour, we're going to do, this is new, we're going to do Ask Bitterman, okay?
Whoa.
That's
Yeah.
coming up.
Whoa.
Bitterman is Jay, in case you don't know. We'll do that right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, it is time now for Ask Bitterman, and you know who Bitterman is. It's J. Anthony
wait a minute.
Brown.
How have I been dubbed the most bitterest person?
Wait a minute. You
know
got
why
this
you're
title
most
back
bitter.
in Los Angeles, buddy.
Yeah.
That was what? How many years ago was that, Shirley? He became bitter man. At least 15
20
years ago?
Longer
Was
than
it
that.
15?
Lo-
No.
Yeah, longer than that.
Longer
yeah.
than 15?
Yes.
About
yes.
15, Jay.
15.
Really?
You've been bitter
okay.
for 15 years. Do you
You
hear
know what?
yourself?
I don't like being called bitter man, and I'm bitter about it. So go ahead.
You
How
don't
did you
like
start,
that.
Jay? Tell all
Hey,
my ex-wives to pull over because I'm about to get in there.
Yes.
All right, what you got, Shirley? What you got?
All right, this is for you, Bitterman.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see. And if you want advice from Bitterman, go to Steve Harvey FM and submit your questions. Here we go. Bitterman, this one is from Sharon in Oak Cliff, Texas.
No. The answer is no.
I've been with my, listen, Bitterman, I've been with my old man for over 20 years, and he's so good to me. But he's addicted to Facebook, and I'm worried about it. All he does is look at young girls' pictures and comment on them. He never wears his glasses, so his comments are funny as heck because he can't see and he can't spell either. Most of the girls are my grandson's age, around 25 years old, so he should be ashamed of himself. Is this just harmless fun, or do you think he might try to leave me for a younger woman?
He's not going nowhere. The COVID has got him locked in, but he can leave in his mind, and that's in his mind. He can leave and enjoy another happy world out there in his mind. Those women would never be with him anyway. Never. Never.
Well,
in a million dreams, he would never get any of those women. Let him enjoy who he's looking at, have his fun, and go look out the window, because he ain't going nowhere. He's yours. You got him.
And he blind, right, Jay?
And he's blind, yeah. He's looking at blurred ass. Let him enjoy that.
Ain't nothing worse than a blurred ass.
But I didn't know when she said my old man, they're just boyfriend, girlfriend, or husband, wife.
No, I think when some people use the term old man, they mean older. Older people use that term, so I would think he's an older guy. The fact that he's blind kind of hints that.
Well, I know he's an older guy, but I'm just saying she didn't say my husband. She said my old man. So they're just still boyfriend, girlfriend after 20 years. Okay.
Hey, don't knock it. Don't knock it.
I'm not. I'm not,
don't
bitter
force
man.
everybody into marriage. Don't.
I'm
do
not.
That.
I was just a question, bitter man.
He bitter.
Hence the name, bitter man.
Yeah, you get touchy every time she say marriage. Dang.
No.
She can't even say husband.
She
Wait
didn't
a
say
minute.
husband. She said what he was to her.
Yeah.
Old man. Okay.
All right, bitter man. This one's from Peter in Philly. Peter
right.
says, I need your help on an issue with my girlfriend. I let my girlfriend borrow one of my cars while hers was in the shop. And when I got it back, the back bumper was dented, and I asked her if she hit something or backed into something. She told me it probably happened while it was parked. I acted like it was no big deal, so she would confess, but she was so nonchalant and kept lying to me. I have to file a claim to get it fixed, and that's fine, but the fact that she lied is eating at me. Is this a sign that she will be dishonest about other things? Should I be worried?
Dude.
That's a good one.
Listen, dude. First of all, anybody you share bedroom time with, whenever they do something wrong, they have considered that you've been paid for what they did, okay? All right? You can't, listen to me good. You can't spend time in that bedroom and then you need to pay me for that bumper. Dude, didn't I bump you last night? The bumper paid for, okay? Dude,
One bump for another bump.
dude, the bumper is paid for. Get your bumper fixed and live to bump again, okay? That's all I'm saying, all right?
Wow.
That's all I'm saying.
That's your answer, bitter man. Okay.
That's my answer right there. What else you got?
Peter asked, should he be worried? I think we should all be worried, Peter, with bitter man. I think we should all be worried.
And we all know there's nothing worse than a worried Peter. Go ahead, Shirley.
Pat in Tampa, Florida, bitter man. Pat says, I'm a 34-year-old female, and I've been dating a great guy for 2 years. I've moved in with him a month ago, and he's in heaven because I do the cooking. He asked me to fry catfish and chicken for him all the time, and it was never a problem as long as I was cooking at my house. Now that I'm at his house, he told me we don't fry nothing up in this house, and he wants me to go out on the back porch to fry food. On Sunday, he wanted fried chicken, and I told him I wasn't standing on the back porch to cook for him. He says I'm being petty. Who's wrong here, me or him?
You're definitely wrong. You knew the frying rules before you moved in. This ain't nothing new to you. You knew the rules of frying when you moved over there. Where was food fried before? At your
Outside.
place. At your place. Now all of a sudden you want to come over here and fry? We don't fry over here, okay? We don't fry, we bake, and we broil, okay? Am I saying it right? But we don't fry.
Oh,
in
broil.
this house. Broil. Am I saying it wrong, Shirley?
Yeah, but I don't like
Broil.
the way he said it, though. We
Look,
don't fry
being petty?
nothing up in this house.
If she has fried over to her house more than 5 times, there's a reason, And the reason is he don't fry in his house. There's no frying. We don't fry over here. We do not fry. This
You
is
know,
not
I know a lot
surprise.
of people like this that don't like to fry in their
Yeah,
house.
because you don't like the lingering smell. I get that.
they
Yeah,
don't
and
like the
grease
lingering
everywhere.
smell, right? They don't
I
like
get
to fry.
that.
But you can get that out. It don't take that long to get it out.
Yeah, and that's what he loves. He loves fried food. So you
He
need
gotta
to
give
you
a
need a
little bit.
decision.
He love it
Make a
fried at
decision.
her house. He don't
Can
love
I
it
ask
fried.
Bitterman a question? So the advice you're saying is it's the lady's fault? 'Cause she
It's
knew
her
the
fault for
rules?
not. Yes, it is her fault for not knowing the rules after she's already fried at her house 17 times, and then all of a sudden want to come over to his house and fry. There's a reason you was frying at your house. We don't fry over here.
No,
We
there's
just
a
don't do
reason
it.
God invented baked
There's a
chicken.
frying rule.
There's a reason. All right. Thank you, Bitterman. We
I
thank
love you, bitter man.
Boo. Coming up coming up next, Nephew Tommy's Run That Prank Back after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour, Miss Ann is standing by with more of today's national news. Plus, in entertainment news, there's a petition in Minnesota. Check this out. Citizens want to replace Columbus' statue with one of Prince. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Come
yes.
on.
Yeah.
And in trending voting news, Barack Obama is back on the campaign trail. We'll talk about it at the top of the hour, but right now, it is time for Nephew Tommy to run that prank back. What you got for us, Neff?
Your new boss. You understand? Your new boss.
Okay,
Yeah, not your old boss. Your new boss.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sound like ain't a
I
problem.
like
don't
it. You know
They
I.
always do.
You know I like it. I mean, you trying to sell them, but you know
He blew
know
out
the
of his
love
lip.
I got for it. Come on.
One more time, Jay.
I love when he blows out of his lips. Okay. here you
Come on, cat dog. Let's go. Your new boss.
Hello,
Hello, I'm trying to reach Jason, please.
this is V. How can I help you?
Hey, Jason, this is Lyle. I'm giving you a call out of Human Resources.
Right.
How you doing? You're the foreman, the project guy out there?
Yes, I am. I'm the project manager here. How can I help you?
Listen, you've been training an individual out there, I think, for the last month or so. Have you been training a
Yes, great guy. Doing great work. Doing good.
okay, how's he? Is he coming along pretty good with everything?
Oh, man, he picking up real good, man. He learning the trade. I mean, he picking up just like I would love for him to pick up.
Okay.
Excellent young worker.
And he's got
Enjoy.
how many more weeks of training out there?
I would say probably about another week or two before
Okay.
we let him, put him on his own.
Okay. You think he'll handle it efficiently?
Oh, yes, I think he'll be a great employee.
Okay. You've been with the company how long?
Going on about 17 years now.
Yeah, my records are telling me somewhere around 16 plus, right?
Right.
Okay.
Almost 17.
Okay, you've been with us quite a while, and first of all, let you know we're grateful of the work that you're putting in.
Well, man, I appreciate it. My man, man. I appreciate the help to come to the man, and being here these many years, man. Hey, let you know, man, I love my company.
Exactly. Listen, we got a few adjustments we're going to be making out there in the plant. Here's what we're going to do. Now, you say going to be done in about a week or two?
Yes, about a week or two.
Okay. Here's what we're going to do on that particular day that he gets released, and you definitely know he's ready for everything. I'm going to want you to give him your key card as well as the key to your office.
The what, man?
I'm going to want you to give him your key card that gets you actually onto the property, and you have your own parking space too, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Now we're going to need you to give him your key card and your office key, and we'll find you another place to park. He's actually probably going to be parking in your space.
Hold it. What you mean? You telling me to give him my key parking?
Right.
My parking space.
Your
my
parking,
key to
you
the
can
office.
have your parking space, but your key card to get you onto the property, your little electrical card there,
Right.
that as well as your office. He's going to actually be taking over as project manager.
No, sir. I'm not giving up nothing.
Sir,
This
sir,
bull- Nobody could take over no project manager.
Let's first of all, sir, let's do this. Let's tone the language down, okay? We're going to find a place for you, but for the time being, we're going to put you back in the plant until we find something for you.
You ain't gonna find no place for me. My place is where I'm at right now. I'm not moving from nowhere. That's all.
Okay.
To it. You ain't fit to find me nothing.
Okay.
Nobody fit to find me anything. I got 17 years up in here. Ain't nobody fit to find me not a place to move. You got to understand that part there. I got 17 years up in here. and train a young guy, and this guy got a couple months, and you're talking about y'all want to do what to me? Move me?
Jason, this is a temporary move. We're going to find something better for you.
No, you ain't no better. This the project, man. Ain't nobody for the move. Got that understanding?
This has come from the head,
and who's the head? And who's the head? Tell me who the head is. I know the head people.
This decision actually has come from the vice president.
No, they ain't told me none of that. It come to me first.
I'll tell you what, Jason, this is something I'm supposed to probably not tell you, but let me let you in on a little something.
Yeah, let me in on something, because this is going to be some bull him, because I shut the whole place up out here. And I mean
Let me explain something to you, Jason. This young guy that you've been training, he's actually the nephew of the vice president.
I don't give a about no nephew or no vice president, man. Do you think I care about some president? Tell the president I said what I say, him and the nephew. Who cares about the nephew? They ain't never told me none of this.
Okay, well, can I expect you to give your key over to him?
No, hell no, I ain't giving nobody nothing. Tell them to get the law to come get it. Ain't nobody getting nothing, I ain't leaving. How that sound?
Sir, all I can ask you for is I need your key card, and I need the key to your office. I need you to empty out your things so we can move Victor in there and find you a place. This is just a temporary slap right now.
No, you, them, ain't nobody getting a thing, okay? I done been here. I tell you what I go do. I go out there and I pimp slap this little son of a okay? And then I find out who his boss is or whoever the nephew supposed to be and kick his because I ain't giving up nothing. And this I'm talking about, y'all with the wrong one, okay? With the wrong one at this time. Because this ain't nobody taking nothing from me.
You're talking about beating the vice president's nephew. You're losing control here, Jason.
No, I ain't losing nothing. I'm on thing control I'm going to lose is when I kick his how that sound. And I'm going to kick the boss, the CEO, all of them. How that sound? Did that make sound clear to you?
No, it makes no sense. We're trying to just give you some place to be temporarily until I find you another slot.
There ain't no other slot. My slot is my slot. I'm going to kick his rat. Not how that sound to you.
Sir, all I'm asking is I need your key card and I need the key to the office. Get all your things out so I can get Victor moved in within the next week.
Ain't no keys, okay? All of them, I don't give a how that sound. I don't care nothing about them, okay? Because you're going to make me somebody out here today, okay? I'm tired of this, and this ain't going to happen to me.
I'm going to get security to come over and walk you out, okay?
No, ain't no security to walk me no way. How that sound? I came here and by myself. Ain't nobody to walk me up out of here.
Are you having problems moving out for the nephew?
The nephew, okay? The nephew is not going to come in here and take how that sound.
Okay, there's another nephew that you need to be aware of. Do you know who the other nephew is?
Hell no, I ain't never seen no other nephew. I ain't know that was a nephew.
Let me tell you who the other one is.
Who the other one is?
The other one is nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Jason, you just got pranked.
Y'all lying with me, man? Come on, man. Don't play with me, man.
Jason.
Y'all lying, right?
Hey, Jason, listen, man.
Man, this ain't no Tommy, man. Y'all need to put that man. Man, y'all don't know how long the brother. Man, I worked my way up. Man, hey, man, I ain't mean no disrespect to y'all, but hey, man, y'all got me good, man.
I got you, man. I got one thing to ask you, man. What's the baddest radio show in the land?
The Steve Harvey Morning Show, man.
Don't laugh. It could happen to you now.
Woo, yes.
It's happening right now.
Yeah.
It's happening right now.
Bruh.
It can happen to you.
That could have happened, bruh. That is so real and so good. So good, man.
Thank you.
Brilliant. That was brilliant, bruh.
Wow,
That's what I want to hear.
Brilliant.
That's what I want to hear. Go to thomasmiles.com, click on my prank button, and if you want me to prank somebody, send me all the information. Make sure you leave your phone number. I call you, me and you, we get up, we huddle up, we get our plan together, and then I call, and we see if we can make magic. Sometimes I hit home runs, sometimes I strike out. You never know, so let's see what we can do.
Always get on base. Always
call
get on
me
base.
if you're serious about the joke. Yeah, I like that hook. Did you like that?
All right. All right, King of Pranks. Coming up at the top of the hour, entertainment and national news right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Well, people in Tennessee started a petition to replace offending Confederate statues with ones of Dolly Parton. Well, now people in Minnesota want to do the same.
Put that up.
That's a lot of semen. Yeah, that's a lot.
Anyway,
Careful, guys. Well,
I'm
now
sorry,
Now, people in Minnesota want to do the same with their most famous native son. He never left Minnesota. You know I'm talking about the one and only. Citizens in Minnesota have started a petition to get a statue of Christopher Columbus on the state capitol removed and replaced with one of Prince. Yes.
I like
yes.
that. I like
yes.
that.
Yes.
royal
like
bad.
that.
Yes.
Come on.
I like that.
He never
And
left
you know
the
what's
city.
so cool about that, Shirley?
What?
They're basically wearing the same outfits. I mean, Prince.
But he need a little more heel though. Need a little more heel. Yeah.
That would be so cool. That would be so cool.
The petition reads, "Dearly beloved." No, it reads, it reads, "We, the undersigned, do not believe that Columbus represents the values Minnesotans carry," adding, "rather than glorify a man who wanted to extinguish black and native peoples, we should honor members of our community whose leadership we find inspirational." It notes Prince represents Minnesota's values and Columbus does not.
I like that.
Wow.
That would be great.
Wow.
That would be
He
so
Make it
cool.
purple.
Well said.
That would be
That's
great.
right.
man.
And keep it
Make
purple.
it purple, huh? I
And
like
keep
that,
it
yeah.
purple, yeah.
Keep it purple, baby.
Yeah, and he never left Minnesota. I mean,
No,
you
he
know,
didn't, yeah.
all the stars that, move away from their hometowns and go to Hollywood or New
Prince
York
stayed
or
there. He
wherever.
stayed at home,
Yeah, he
right.
stayed right there in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So that
That's
says
awesome.
a lot. Mhm.
That would be good. That
Yeah.
would be so cool. Yeah.
Wow. And in trending voting news, President Barack Obama is back on the campaign trail. He doesn't do it all. But the former president speaking out about the upcoming election now. Not only that, but Mr. Obama is helping his former VP, Joe Biden, add money to his campaign fund. Biden teamed up with his old boss for a virtual fundraiser the other night and raised over, get this, $11 million. Thank you very
go.
much.
Yeah, Biden.
Thank
Oh,
you.
bake
Yeah.
in the basement.
All right. So he helping Biden, but who helping Pence up them stairs? Because he fell his ass out on them stairs. Going, did you see him?
Yeah.
Did you see
Saw
him go down?
that. Yeah.
Air Force 2, he was running.
Yeah, then he tried to turn around and wave. Nah, your ass failed.
I'm good.
You
I'm
failed.
good.
We saw
I'm
you.
good.
We have all fallen before, and trust me, when you fall, somebody sees your behind. You can look around if you want to.
I
But
saw
you
that.
see.
I saw that.
I
know.
saw that.
He fell. President Trump didn't fall.
Yeah.
That's the
That
crazy
ramp,
thing.
walking down
Yeah.
that ramp, though.
That ramp coming down the ramp.
I bet he'll hold them guardrails the next time he go up them damn steps.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But so far the money that they raise, it marks the most successful campaign fundraiser the former VP has had as of yet. During the event, Obama said of Biden that there's no one he trusts more to heal the country than him. Obama urged viewers to learn the lessons from 2016 and not take this election for granted. Yes.
Yeah, we
The
gotta
former
get out.
president will be busy until Election Day, not only helping Biden, but trying to help Democrats win both houses of Congress.
Come on.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
Come
it.
on
That's
now.
it.
Yes.
We can do it.
This is our year. Let's go, y'all.
Yeah.
Let's go.
We gotta do our parts. We have. All right. Time now for some headlines.
I'm raising my hand like a little kid. I'll wait. Come on.
Yeah. All right, Jay, usher us in. Time.
It is time for the news with Miss Ann Tripp.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Ann Tripp with the news that started out in Georgia. 3 white men have now been formally indicted on murder charges in connection with the killing of Ahmaud Arbery, Travis McMichael, his father Greg McMichael, and William Brody Bryant, all indicted on malice and felony murder and false imprisonment. The trio claimed they thought that the 25-year-old black jogger was a burglar and that he attacked them. However, the video shows them chasing and cornering and fatally shooting Mr. Arbery. All 3 men jailed without bail. The investigation, you may remember, into Arbery's murder was stalled for several weeks after his killing, as local law enforcement seemed to be unwilling to prosecute anybody. Get this, according to the Star Tribune, correction officers, hear me now, correction officers in Minnesota say that only white guards are allowed to get anywhere near Derek Chauvin. That's the man who pressed his knee into George Floyd's neck for over 8 minutes. One black officer says he wasn't aware of there ever being any similar setup when the situation went reversed, like, for instance, when a black person was accused of killing a white person. Now, with all the recent focus on the deaths of unarmed black people in police custody, the death back in 1983 of African-American actor Ray Virdie is being brought up again. Ray Virdie starred in such films as Car Wash, Thank God It's Friday, TV shows like Cannon, All in the Family, That's My Mama. He was apparently in his own apartment when neighbors called the notorious Los Angeles police on him because they said he was chanting and making too much noise. Cops later said he died in the back of their police car, admitting they hit him with a few batons and then say he fell onto the concrete by the pool. At the time, singer Donna Summer, actress Sheila Frazier of Superfly, the head of the Hollywood NAACP, many others said they were upset by Virdie's death and did not believe what the police said about it. Ray Virdie was only 33 years old. His wife is expecting. No one has ever been charged in his death. Check out my Facebook page to see his picture. But if you watched TV in the 80s, you saw Ray Virdie. There are calls to rename several U.S. military bases after their name currently after Confederate generals, and former Defense Secretary Robert Gates tells Fox News he agrees.
We don't want to be in a position of celebrating people who were, in fact, traitors to the United States. When it comes to statuary and so on, that kind of thing, I think, belongs in museums rather than in places where it appears that we're celebrating them. I don't know why we don't have a Fort Ulysses S. Grant or a Fort George Patton or a major facility named for a Medal of Honor recipient.
And there is widespread support, apparently, for those changes among Republicans and top brass at the State Department. However, support stops with the president because he's against it. And finally, it's taken 16 years, but the South Carolina Supreme Court ruled unanimously that James Brown's last partner, Tommy Ray Heine, was not his legal wife, so she can't claim ownership of any part of his music catalog, which is worth millions. Now back to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, so Jay is here with a list of things that looters stole during the protest. So, Jay, you say you have an inventory list?
Yeah, these things just came up. A lot of people don't know because we're still protesting, but some very serious things have been missing and are missing. And if you travel a lot, you've seen these things. You know about these things. And because of COVID, we probably don't see them. Here's something that's missing. The big chicken from Marietta is gone. I don't know what happened to it. But they took it and just the big chicken in Marietta, Georgia, gone.
So if you're familiar with that, you know.
Familiar with that. Now, Shirley used to live in L.A. Remember that the big donut over at Randy's
The big
Donuts?
donut.
Oh, yeah. That was
Gone.
Well, why would you take the big?
I don't know what happened to it. I couldn't tell you what happened. You ever been to the airport? We've all been to the airport. The L, the A, and the X that was in front of, all that's gone. Gone.
So it's just L,
the
Laporte, La
the
Airport,
A, and the X is gone. Now, this is an amazing theft right here, I wrote.
What?
The bottom part of the St. Louis Arch is missing. Not the top part.
Oh,
I
yeah. I saw that.
I don't know how they just stole.
So somebody looted the bottom?
They got, Tommy, they took the bottom part and the top part is still there.
What is the top part standing on? I remember
still
that.
up there. I don't know
hanging,
how it's
sir.
still up, but it's gone. We've all
stupid.
been to the Dallas Fair.
Yes,
Yeah.
stay there.
Now, Big Tex is still there. He's still standing.
Oh, okay.
But
the
they
Ferris
stole
wheel.
his hat, his pants, and his shoes. Gone. Gone. I don't know where it is.
Big Tex
We've all
just
been
naked.
to LA and seen the big. These are things that are missing that because of COVID we can't report these things. You seen the big sign up in LA, Hollywood? It says Hollywood.
Yeah, Hollywood sign.
I don't know who stole us, but the H and the O is gone.
Host?
The O is gone. It's gone. You've been to Chicago, the Michael Jordan statue.
Of course.
Yeah, United
He's
Center.
still there. He's
Yeah.
still
Oh,
there.
good.
Good
Okay.
thing, he's still there.
Okay.
But his Jordans on his feet is gone. They're
They
gone.
stole the man's
They
shoes.
stole the man's shoes.
Dog, I got your
And this is the
George,
last
dog.
You been to Brazil with the Jesus arms?
Oh, yeah, Jesus. I haven't been
They
there.
didn't
that
steal
statue.
him. They didn't steal him, but
Thank
his
God.
arms is up. I don't know how the arms got up. They're up
They
in the
robbed
air.
him?
They robbed him.
I cannot with you.
They held up to Jesus.
That's a lot of nerve to mess with
That's
our
a lot
Lord.
of nerve.
Yeah.
Anyway, these are things that are missing, y'all. I don't know where they at. I don't know who stole the hoe, but it's gone.
And I hope they get them back. All right. Coming up in 34 minutes after the hour, we're going to switch gears a little bit and tell you about some trending race relations news. All right? Right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, so guys, here are today's trending headlines on race relations. 400 National Guard soldiers have been deployed to Washington, D.C. to help National Park Police protect monuments around the city. The Fairfax County, Virginia School Board voted to change the name of Robert E. Lee High School.
Good.
Yes,
Good.
Great news. Walmart will no longer allow the Mississippi state flag to be flown at its stores. Good again.
Yeah.
More trending race relations news. Brett Hankison, the Louisville cop who killed Brianna Taylor, has officially been fired. Good. But we are still fighting for justice for Brianna Taylor. There will be a march today at Kentucky's Capitol building in Frankfort, Kentucky. That's going on at 11 a.m. today. And finally...
But wait, let's talk
yet.
about that, though. He
Okay.
got fired, but we still want charges
To the other
against
officers.
all three officers. That was
Right.
a small step. That's
Right.
action, but we need more action, justice for
Brianna Taylor.
That
Say
ain't
her
enough.
name.
So
That's
what are
right,
they saying?
because
This is
they
an
killed her.
investigation right now?
Yes,
Is that what this
yes.
is?
It's an ongoing investigation, but it's been over 100 days since
Right.
Brianna Taylor
Yeah.
was senselessly killed by Louisville Police Department.
With that no-knock policy.
Yes, that
Yeah.
botched no-knock warrant.
Yeah. And finally, guys, in Brunswick, Georgia, Travis McMichael, Gregory McMichael, and William Roddy Bryan have each been indicted by a grand jury. Their names sound familiar because they were involved in the murder of Ahmaud Arbery. All right? The Cobb County DA, Joyette Holmes, announced the indictment on yesterday. They each face 9 charges, including
Come on.
malice murder and felony murder. Yeah.
Way to go, DA. District
Yeah,
Come on,
Attorney
baby.
Holmes.
definitely. That's
Yes.
right.
Yes. we see
And
some
speaking of the
action.
state of Georgia, they passed a hate crimes bill. Because they were one of the few states that didn't have one, so they passed that hate crimes bill. So we're happy.
Right.
All this is progress. It's progress.
absolutely,
small
Shirley.
steps, small steps.
And
but
long
it's progress.
overdue progress, too.
Yes, yes.
Long
This is
overdue,
2020. Come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Wow.
This
So
is-
don't forget the march for Brianna Taylor at Kentucky's Capitol building. That's in Frankfort, Kentucky at 11 a.m. today. You know.
And speaking of Kentucky, did you guys see yesterday, actually Tuesday, on voting day, when they had closed so many of those polling places? Did you see
God.
those voters demanding?
Still trying to get in.
Yes, demanding the right to vote. That's right. No voter suppression. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
And because of there's so many mail-in votes that a guy Brooks, I think his name Brooks, has
Charles
a good
Booker.
Charles Booker.
Booker has a really good chance to win.
And then he'll go
in
up
Kentucky.
against
Yeah.
Mitch McConnell in
Mitch McConnell,
November.
it doesn't really matter to me who I run against.
You do a great Mitch McConnell, Jay. You really do.
But we
All you gotta do
finna,
is
we
talk
finna
like you
beat you.
sleep, and the voice is there.
Yeah. But I love it. Kentucky
Yeah.
showed out.
Right.
Everybody. We are voting
Right.
like we keep saying every day. This is a dress rehearsal. Mail in, stand in line, whatever you
And they're
have
ready
to
for,
do.
you're right, they're ready for the okie doke. They're ready to stand in line, and they're ready to vote.
Which is a good thing. And don't
Good
be
thing, right.
deceived because, the polls are showing that Joe Biden is so far ahead in the polls,
Don't believe
double
it.
digits over Trump. But you can't take that for
Don't
granted.
take
You
it from
st-
you. We
yeah,
did it
you
before,
still-
and you saw what happened, right?
Yeah, you
You're
still
right.
have to do your part. You still have to show up at the polls and vote if you are not registered, if you've moved away, different address, all of that. You have to get registered. WhenWeAllVote.org is where you go to get registered. I mean, you just be prepared, do your homework, whatever you have to do, because we have to make this happen in November. We
And
do.
try to vote early if you can. That's
Yeah.
the key.
Yeah, that's a key.
Vote
Yeah.
early, man.
Yeah,
Don't
you
be
don't have to
be
worry
mad if
about
the
it.
line is long. Ride it out.
Yeah, just some patience. Take a chair.
Take your mask.
Yeah,
Some
take your mask.
A
water,
cooler.
pens. Don't forget the pens.
You can vote and go at the same time.
Okay.
All right. Okay. If you want to comment on our race relations trending headlines, go to Steve Harvey on Facebook, Steve Harvey FM on Facebook or Instagram. Coming up next, we're going to switch gears here. Nephew Tommy is here to prank phone call someone right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour, right about 4 minutes after, it's my strawberry letter for today's subject. He has sleepovers with his best friend. Ooh. What? But right now, Nephew Tommy is here. We'll find out what that's all about. But right now, Nephew is here with today's prank phone call. What you got for us, Neff?
Shirley, I got K-Dog.
Huh?
K-Dog. Yeah.
You got K-Dog?
What?
K-Dog.
Have you seen a doctor? What is that?
That's a pop ting, Tommy. I'm on your team. But
what is that?
That was definitely a pop
I got K-Dog. Okay?
What is
you
that?
ready?
Okay, I think
That's what
so.
I want to hear, Carla. That's what I want to hear. What is that?
What is that?
Here we go. Come on, cat dog. Hey, dog, coming up.
Hello? Yeah, I'm trying to reach Terrence.
Yeah, this is Terrence. Who's this?
This K-Dog. Hey, is Brandon your brother?
Brandon, yeah, that's my brother. He locked up. Why? What's up?
Okay, yeah, cool. Hey, look, I just got out. I was actually I was locked up with your brother. We was on the same tier together. I was that was kind of like my boy right there. I took care of him. He told me that he had been writing you to tell you letting you know I had been taking care of him. While we was locked down or whatever. I know he don't get out for another couple of years, but like he told me that when he was writing you that y'all had already got it situated that you was gonna take care of me when I got out. So I just got out last night, and I wanted to come by and pick up the first 10 grand. Sometime this week.
Wait. How much did you just say? 10 grand.
Yeah. I mean, he told me he had already wrote you and told you what was up.
No, bro, I ain't talked to my brother in over a year, dude. So ain't no.
Okay, hold on, right here though. Okay, he told he done told me that you got me straight with the first 10 grand when I first get out, and then a couple months later you would hit me with the next 10 grand because it's 20 grand.
Wait. Whoa. That's 20 grand, bro. I got a wife and kids. I got a family to take care of. I ain't got 10 grand to deal with. I got to feed 4 kids and a wife.
Okay,
but 10 grand.
Okay, so what you? Hold up, man. So what you saying? Brandon was lying to me the whole time?
What I'm telling you is this locked up, 80. Man, to say anything to say this. Ain't no 10 grand over here. Ain't no 20 grand over here. You want to get it, Brandon? You need to wait 2 years till you get out and deal with that. You get the 10 grand.
No. It ain't finna fall like that, player. Look here. Here what's finna go down. Okay? Now I'm coming over there Friday.
Right.
So
you ain't coming over here.
The first 10 grand is owed on Friday. Now, the first about what you need to know is this right here. I don't care nothing about going back. My thing is this right here. This paper supposed to be ready. I done took care of your brother all these years while I was up in there keeping people up off of him on the third tier. And now you finna come tell me? You finna come tell me now that I done put in this work that now y'all ain't finna pay up? It ain't finna happen like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. I done put in work to provide for my family, me and my wife working. You telling me that you finna come over here Friday to get 10 grand that I ain't even got for that's locked up?
Hey man, look, I'm not finna. First of all this back and forth and like this here, this ain't nothing that I do. You understand? I don't do this. I don't go back and forth. I'm letting you know what it is. It's 10 grand. Be there on Friday. Now, if you need to try to reach out to your brother that's locked in, you need to talk to him. But like this here, I'm coming looking for Terrence, and I'm looking for my 10 grand. That's all that is.
10 grand. I put some Timbs up in your to come over here to my house, to my family, talking about you finna get 10 grand with my no good brother that's locked up. Hold on, cause see, you gonna mess around and take this here. Wait, well, first of all, what did you just say gonna happen when I get over there? What you said? You bring your to my house with my family here. I'm gonna put some Timbs up in your talking about $10,000, and then another 10 in a couple of months. You lost your damn mind. I ain't got no damn 10 grand. I work my off, and you gonna tell me that you want 10 grand, another 10 grand in a few months for taking care of my brother while he locked up? Nobody tell you take care of him. That's a grown man. Let him take care of himself. Me and my family done built this out of so much. I'm done.
Hey, dog, look here. I understand all of that just you saying, but you got to look at on my end. For the last 3.5 years,
I've been over here taking care of, and he telling me y'all gonna take care of me. So look here, I don't know what's going on. What I do know is though, Friday, this Friday, I'm coming to get 10 grand from Terrence. So you got to fix this right here any way you gonna fix it. So and that's just it right there. Come Friday, I'm in front of your house, dog.
Wait, hold on. K-Dog, you say your name
This
is?
K-Dog, baby, from the third. This K-Dog from the third tier, 3 tiers on the side of my left eye. Done 3 decades,
You
right?
probably done whooped everybody in the street and in jail. You probably whooped my too, but I'm gonna tell you something. You bring over here to my house, try to me, my wife, and my kids. It ain't gonna go down like you think it ain't gonna go. I'm gonna give you everything I got, then some. You come over here, you gonna be laying down, bruh.
I'm gonna be what?
You gonna be laying down. You come over here and try to with me and my family and my kids. It ain't gonna happen that way.
Okay, then that's where we at then, baby. Then we just gonna set this up for Friday then, cause it don't make me know. I done already told you.
No. We ain't gotta wait till no Friday, K-Dog. We ain't gotta wait till Friday. I'll meet you somewhere.
Okay.
You think you gonna whoop my like you think it's gonna go down? Once I give you everything I got and lay your down, I'm gonna be in there with my brother Brandon, whooping his and putting me in some he done got your in.
Okay, wait, hey, you know, first of all, if you ain't got the 10 grand, you might well go on and bring your now anyway. Get this over with.
Wait, hold on. You know what you need to do?
You owe me
K-Dog. You know what you need to get your out here and get a job like everybody else. I don't care how long you been in it, everybody got a job. I'm busting. You want 10 grand? Work for that 10 grand and get your out here and wash cars, cut grass.
Hey man, hey, you know what? You know what? Your brother. One thing about him, he was right about you though. He was right about you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you one thing else he told me about your.
What the else did he tell you about me?
He told me to tell you who I really was. This is Nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Your sister, Defeater, got me to prank phone call you.
Who the is this?
Hey man, this is Nephew Tommy, man, for the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Your sister, Defeater, got me to prank phone call you.
Oh, get the boy. Boy, I done lit up a cigarette in the house. I couldn't smoke in the house. The Vita, I'm gonna get her.
You all right, man?
Man, I am. Boy, you had me on. I'm like 10 grand. Come on, come to my wife. Oh.
Calm down, man. It's all good, man. I gotta ask you, brother, what is the baddest, and I mean the baddest, radio show in the land?
Man, you know what it is. The Steve Harvey Morning Show. You gonna make me go see my brother now. It's the holidays. I'm gonna have to go see that man in jail, man.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I got tense on that one right there. I got I actually scared myself.
You know what? I'm with you, Tommy. I was thinking about chipping in some money for him. I ain't know
All I know is K-Dog needs something on Friday. That's all I know.
Some money.
Yeah, I was scared.
K-Dog don't need to leave that house with no money. No.
In the words of Kevin Hart, he's saying it with his chest. You understand what I'm saying? K-Dog.
He said it, man. He said it.
You
Boy,
play
you
too
need to
much.
Stop playing with people.
That was too much right there?
Yeah, all of us were scared, Tommy.
What y'all scared of? Y'all know it's a prank. What is y'all scared of?
I wasn't thinking prank. I was thinking he better have that money.
Yeah.
I was the tough one on the call. Don't sweat that. I got y'all.
You was the OG. You was the OG.
I'm the OG. Hey, go to the OG's website, thomasmiles.com. Leave me your information. If you want me to prank somebody, baby, hit that prank button. Leave me all your information. I call you. We talk. We get our plan together, and I'm off to the races and see if I can get a home run. thomasmiles.com. Call me if you're serious about the joke. I love this right here. Yeah.
All right, nephew, thank you. Coming up next, it's the Strawberry Letter subject. He has sleepovers with his best friend. We'll get into it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, time now for today's Strawberry Letter. And listen, if you need advice and if you have questions on relationships, dating, work, sex, parenting, and more, please, baby, please submit your Strawberry Letter to steveharveyfm.com and click Submit Strawberry Letter. We could be reading your letter. There you go, Jay, on the air. Just like we're going to read that one. All right?
Nothing like some good pop paper. All right, here we go. Buckle up and hold on
Everything
tight.
sexual. What's wrong with
Ain't
you?
nothing like some good hot
I
paper.
love the way you talk about popping paper, Tommy.
Yes. Are you crazy?
Pop your paper, baby. Buckle up and hold on tight. We got it for you. Here it is, the strawberry letter.
This ignorant show. All right, here we go. Subject: he has sleepovers with his best friend. Dear Steve and Shirley, I'm in my early 30s and I'm dealing with a guy in his mid 30s. We hung out for a couple of months and he was ready to get serious, which meant it was time for me to give up the cookie. From the time I met him, I had a problem with his so-called best friend, who is a female. I've tried to understand the relationship, and he says it's nothing, but she spends the night at his house, and he will stay at her house. He said they have known each other since they were kids, so there's no way he crossed the line with her. I believed him, and I gave up the cookie. We had the best sex ever. The next night, he told me he'd be in for the night because his best friend was coming to cook for him. This made me so mad. I couldn't think straight. Later that night, I went to his townhouse and walked around back, hoping to see inside. I got lucky, and they had the blinds on the sliding door open, and the door was cracked. I saw him lying on the couch with his head in her lap. They were watching a movie and talking about the movie. He told her he needed more wine, and she went to get it. She had on a pair of short shorts, a wife beater, and no bra. She's a bigger girl, so everything was jiggling on her. He commented that she is nice and thick when she walked away. After she sat back down, he put his head back on her lap and gave her a peck on her inner thigh. I sat there and watched about 15 more minutes and nothing else happened. He called me the next day and told me they had dinner, wine, and watched a movie, and she left. He was telling the truth because I rode back by his house after 1 a.m. and her car was gone. He was honest about everything, so should I trust him? No. What? What about the part? What about the kiss on the inner thigh part? What about that part? I just think at this moment in time, it doesn't matter if he's telling the truth or not, or lying or not, because the point is their relationship is a bit much, don't you think? I mean, they are way too close, closer than some marriages. I mean, he put you off for her. You know, he told you the next night that he was going to be with his best friend. What? You guys just had sex. I mean, seems like you would want to be together, but he put you off for his best friend so he could put his head in her lap and watch movies. Then when she gets up, he says, "You're nice and thick," and then he kisses her on the inner thigh. What is going on here? Okay? I don't like it. I don't like it. I think it's a sign. I think it's a red flag if I've ever seen one. I think in this relationship, she will always come before you because they're just that close. You know, when you get in a relationship, you can still have friends, but female friends, you know, we talk about that a lot on this show. He says it doesn't cross the line, but it just doesn't sound like they don't cross the line in this letter. Yeah, his head was in her lap, but that kiss on the inner thigh, I'm not buying it. I'm sorry. I'm just not buying this relationship. She has a house. Why doesn't she spend the night at her own house? He's in a relationship now. He doesn't need to be over there. Plain and simple. I mean, I don't see any other way to look at this situation. And I think she's always going to come before you. And I don't think you're going to want to deal with any of that. It doesn't sound like it now. You're already sneaking around trying to see what's going on. You don't trust him as it is. So I don't think this is a good look for you as long as she's in the picture like this. And I don't think she's going anywhere. Jay? Anthony
You know,
Brown.
I'm so glad that I get to speak on the Strawberry Letter, because most times I don't get to speak on the Strawberry Letter. It's just Steve that gets to speak on it. And most times, Shirley, I agree with you, but this time you're so wrong.
I was going to say, stop your whining and get to it.
So wrong. All it was is he had sex with her. He didn't ask her to come around and look in the bushes. If you go in the bushes, you're going to find trash. You were looking for something that wasn't there. This is just a fine friend that cooks. That's all this is. There's nothing else to this. She happens to have a nice body, and she can cook. What man don't want a nice, fine cook, and then after a nice, hearty meal to lay his head on a nice, soft, fluffy thigh? Who don't want that? Where's the man that don't want that? Who don't want a nice brisket or a steak or a salad and to have a nice, fluffy, round, soft thigh to lay your head down on and watch a movie? What man don't want that? Tell me, raise your hand if you don't want that. You're a lie. You're a damn lie. Put your head down. Put your head down.
I promise.
I promise you,
I
with
want
everything in me, after a nice potato salad and a nice potato pie, sweet potato pie, you got a nice fluffy brown thigh to lay your head. That's all that was. That's all that was.
All right, hang on.
That's all that was.
We have part 2 of the Strawberry Letter coming up. We're going to get some more from you, Jay. We're going to, of course, hear from the nephew. It's coming up at 23 minutes after the hour. Today's Strawberry Letter subject, he has sleepovers with his best friend.
Yeah.
And we'll get back into it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, come on, guys. Let's recap this letter. This is from a woman in her early 30s. She's dealing with a guy in his mid-30s. He has a best friend that they have been friends since kids, and they take time spending the night over each other's house. Now, the woman in her early 30s, they hang out. She's been hanging out with this guy for a couple of months, and he's ready to get serious now. And you know what that means. She's ready to. He wants the cookie, as she put it, from her. And she's a bit concerned about that because he says it's nothing going on between the best friend and him, but clearly there's something. She spends the night at his house. They've known each other, like I said, since they were kids, but he claims he's never crossed the line with her. So finally she gave in, gave him the cookie. Those are her words. And she said it was the best sex ever, but the next night, he told her he would be in for the night. And so she's like, in for the night? So she sneaks around to his house to go see what's going on. What is he doing? So he's in there, lying on the sofa with his head in his best friend's lap, okay? So the girlfriend is watching all of this. She went to his townhouse. She got lucky. The blinds were open. The sliding door was cracked. So they were watching a movie. He said he needed more wine. She went up to get the wine. She had on a pair of short shorts. He commented on the fact that she was thick and fine. And the letter writer said she's a bigger girl, so everything was jiggling. He commented that he, commented on it as she walked away. When she sat back down, he put his head right back on her lap, kissed her on the thigh, inner thigh. Okay?
Kiss after a good meal.
Because right, she came over to cook.
The cook is good. You go inner thigh.
Yeah, the best friend came over to cook. And she said he was telling the truth because she rode back by his house at about 1 a.m. and the best friend's car was gone. So that is the gist of the letter. She wants to know, should she trust him? Because everything he said basically was true. All right, Jay, did you have a little more?
Jay has some more.
First of all, don't call me OJ. Do not call me OJ.
Get to it.
I just wanted to clear up. You're absolutely right. He was honest with her. He didn't lie. She didn't see him hit it. He said he was gonna be in for the night, and he was in for the night. That's all I got to say.
Come on,
Way
nephew.
in.
Subject: he has sleepovers with his best friend. What you got?
All right, let me say this. Every lap I have ever laid on,
come on, tell the truth,
has been some inner thigh action, okay? Every lap that the nephew been on, you can rest assured. And this is what you need to understand. When you hear whine, wife beater, jiggling, and lap, it's some sex happening. You need to know that.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
and you knew this because you was out there looking through the crack door. I don't know how they did that because bugs must have been biting their ass all night if the sliding glass is open, but that's another whole nother story. But all I'm saying is, once I lay in a lap, how many laps have you laid in, Jay? I've laid in a lot of laps. And every lap I have laid in.
Once you go in a thigh, you home free. You are home free.
Yeah.
Now that's not the don't make that makes. Now listen, you can get your outer thigh kissed too, outer and inner thigh.
But
I kiss some outer thighs.
Tell me.
Oh, wait a minute. Inner is a little more intimate.
Well, Shirley, if you start outer thigh and work to your inner thigh. You know, that's a beautiful thing while you laying in a lap.
Yeah.
Now, that's a lot of moving while you ever laid in a lap? You really can't go nowhere when you laying in a lap. Right.
Yeah.
But when you kiss her inner thigh, trust me, you on your way somewhere. And I have been there, but when you got a nice, thick woman and everything is jiggling and it's moving, he say ain't no bra on, just a white beater. Have you closed your eyes and pictured the story?
I'm there.
Have you seen all that? She just got through cooking. This is so much sexiness going on. Everything is jiggling. You got to know when you're in the middle of greatness.
That's right.
Greatness right there.
And she needs to know. This letter writer needs to know that there is definitely something going on between them.
Once you hit
and if
inner
you would have
thigh,
kept watching, after he kissed her inner thigh, he probably, if you'd have stayed there long enough, he probably kissed her ass. He probably did. I'm telling you.
I'm with you.
Yes.
Be quiet.
That's not the point.
Listen. Once you hit inner thigh, you're up there by the name and address, and you home free, buddy. home free.
Yes, there is something going on between them, for sure. I don't want her to ignore these red flags. You guys are absolutely right. Something is going on.
But ladies, can I ask on a serious note? Let me ask y'all a question.
Okay.
Why do ladies always have to have that 100% confirmation? It's like they got to see it to believe it. How come that wasn't enough?
Because know what, Tommy? A lot of times we don't trust our own selves, our own intuition.
But you're looking at it.
I know.
Once a man kiss her inner thigh, damn.
It's confirmed.
I'm trying to tell you. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter if he's lying or not. This relationship is too close. She's walking in on something.
Yep.
In
Anyway.
fact, after inner thigh, you left too early.
All right, listen, post your comments on today's Strawberry Letter at Steve Harvey FM on Instagram and Facebook. And don't forget to check out the Strawberry Letter podcast on demand. Now, coming up at 46 minutes after the hour, our girl will be here, Sheryl Underwood, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, come on, Jay. Introduce our girl. She is here from the top.
Y'all put y'all hands together and get your ear close to the radio. It's my girl, Sheryl Underwood.
Well, first of all, my frat brother of Phi Beta Sigma, J. Anthony Brown, we gonna do the blue and white takeover. You know it. Wayne Brady, Bill Dew, brought in by Ben Virdie, our members of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, baby.
Congratulations. I like both of those guys, so I'm saying congratulations.
It's a fantastic. So we will see everybody in Myrtle Beach 2021. If we can calm down Corona, we'll be there, won't we, Jay? We'll be there to greet our brothers.
If we can get Coronas to calm down,
shout out to DL Hughley. We praying for you. I know y'all already did this. Yeah, but we praying for you, DL, and we just, his son tested positive for it too. But we praying for people but y'all got to understand. His son.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, we praying for. We praying for Bubba Wallace. Y'all need to get up off Bubba Wallace. It ain't like Jussie Smollett. Let me break it down to you because I love NASCAR. Dale Earnhardt, the Intimidator. I do all the time, all the way from when Richard Pryor was in Greased Lightning in 1970.
Wendell Scott. That's right.
That's what I'm talking. Pam Grier in the movie, Tommy.
Yes.
So first of all, get off Bubba, because first of all, if the damn noose was in there since 2019, right? It may not have been about Bubba. It may have been about other people of color that was working there, so you can keep them where they need to go. And talking about you didn't know you were gonna put them. Well, you put them in the one with the noose in it, so it's suspicious. We don't trust this. And we not believing it. We need another investigation. Right now, where's Eflin Zimbalist Jr. of the FBI? Where's Rocky Carroll on NCIS? Rocky Carroll, get down to the bottom of it. Get down to the bottom of it. Oh, shout out to the black mother out in Maryland that said, if my baby can't eat here, we got a problem.
Oh,
Why?
yes.
And the other child, who happened to be white, is wearing the exact same outfit, and they get to eat crab legs.
Sheryl, you and those darn crab legs.
It wasn't right and it wasn't fair. You
Right.
know, and I'm glad Shirley Strawberry 13X and Carla Ferrell, her fearless sidekick, we standing up for black mothers right now.
That's right.
That baby should have got a chance to eat what he wanted to eat. But I noticed, I can't say the person's name because I give it up for myself. But I noticed, well, Steve, happy anniversary. Tell your boss you're leaving early today. That's 3T. That's Tony.
All right,
there.
Cheryl.
Speaking of love and laying your
go.
head
We
on your
got to
pillow.
go. We gotta go, Cheryl.
I'm just telling you, I'm going to untie Junior one day. I'm going to untie Junior one day for my baby.
Thank you,
And
Cheryl
let him come to
Underwood.
work.
We love you.
I knew that's where he was.
Let him
Coming
come to
up,
work.
Carla is back with her reality update at the top of the hour right after this.
Shh, Junior, be quiet. Be quiet.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, Tommy, let's get to it.
Let's get it. She is here, the one and only Carla Ferrell with what? Reality update.
All right, thank you, nephew. Well, check this out. Kandi Burruss is coming back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. You know, I told you last week, Eva
Was there some
is
doubt?
not. Huh?
There was some doubt that she
No,
was
not
leaving?
doubt,
Oh,
but,
okay,
you know,
okay,
as
yeah.
the old season ended, you know, we get to hear about who's coming back. For who's getting their peach, their Georgia peach. So Kandi is coming back, and word has it that Kenya Moore is supposed to be coming back as well. But there's another little rumor that Kenya hasn't given Bravo an answer because she's considering relocating to New York to repair her marriage to Mark Daly. So that's a little rumor. I don't know if that's true. She may be coming back. But we will see. We will wait over the summer and see because I think they will start filming in just a short few. Let's move on. Reality show T.I., Friends and the Family Hustle. Not a lot of reality shows on right now, obviously, but the crew went on a family vacation. They invited their friends. They went to Mexico. But then while on the trip, the story broke out about T.I. Y'all remember all that drama with T.I. and his daughter, Deja, how he went to the gynecologist with her to make sure she was still a virgin. Yeah, so this played out on the reality show. And Deja is such a sweet girl. She's so cute. And you got to see how this story, it was breaking news. They were all on vacation, chilling, and it really affected her. It really affected Deja. She's very quiet. She's very reserved. And this was embarrassing to her. She was hurt. She was humiliated. She didn't want to talk to her dad. She, you know, she felt like her dad should have come to her and try to address the issue while they were actually on vacation, but he didn't, and Tiny
There
got
was a better
little
way to do it. There was a much better way.
of course,
much
and
better.
Very humiliating.
But watching it play out, you know, we read about it and we talked about it on the air when it actually happened, but watching it play out and seeing how it affected her, Tiny got a little backlash too, being the stepmother. A lot of viewers, women viewers, I've been reading on blogs, felt like she should have been a little bit more involved, but she's not Deja's mother. So she was trying to let that relationship between daughter and dad happen. But anyway,
Did T.I. apologize to his daughter?
He did. What ended up happening was they came back and from vacation, they really actually thought, and I think Tiny thought this the most, that the story was going to die down, it was going to go away, but it didn't. You know, and Deja's mom, she went to, she actually talked to T.I. because Deja was not really ready to talk to her father. And they went on his podcast because he said this on a podcast. So, he said this on a podcast. No, he was a special guest on another podcast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he invited Deja's mom on his podcast, and she pointed out the fact, she spoke for her daughter. She pointed out the fact that he was wrong. It was another way to go about this, and that it was controlling, and that he wouldn't treat his sons the same way about their sexuality and being a virgin and embarrassing them like that. And he accepted. After that, he listened.
Oh, good.
He said he accepted full responsibility. He never meant to hurt his daughter. He never meant to embarrass her. He's a father. He wants to provide and protect.
Yeah.
He said he didn't have an example of how to be the kind of father that he is, because he's a great dad. But
he's a good dad.
Got great.
He just made a mistake, man.
Yeah, he didn't
made a
let
mistake.
any of that be an excuse in afterwards, after he realized his mistakes, and so he apologized to his daughter.
Good.
So I thought that was really really cool.
Yeah, that was,
I like T.I.
Some growth
I like that.
there.
Yeah,
Some
parents,
growth.
we make mistakes
We
as
do.
well.
But
Yeah.
I bet his Father's Day gift sucked. I bet he
Now that this has happened and aired.
All you get is a card.
That's hilarious. I want you guys to follow me at Lips by Carla on Instagram and Twitter, social media. We could talk more about reality shows and all of that. And we'll be back at 20 after the hour.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
So, guys, I got to ask you a question. What is going on with sports? I mean, are they coming back? Are you guys going to be able to watch football, basketball, baseball? What's happening?
Who
And Tommy,
you
oh
asking
my
me?
God.
I got $8,000 worth of season passes, and I want my money back. Matter of fact, I'm gonna hit Goodell up and tell him.
Okay, let me do this. Let me do this. Tommy, you play Tommy. Jay, you're Roger Goodell.
All right. Hello.
Is this Roger?
Roger Goodell. Who am I speaking to? Who am I speaking
This is
to?
nephew Tommy. Listen,
How you doing, Tommy? Are you the guy on the Steve Harvey show?
I'm the guy on Steve Harvey.
I've heard about you. I heard you're upset about something.
Roger, don't do that. Don't do that, Roger.
I'm just saying I've heard of you, sir.
Okay, cool. But you know I'm trying to ask you.
You know
something.
what I
want to
like
just-
about you? When you do
What?
those pranks, man, I'll be cracking up.
Yeah.
You
okay.
know who I'd like
Thank you,
for you
Roger.
to prank? I tell you who I'd like for you to prank. Who's that guy, that quarterback for
Tom Brady?
Tom Brady, yeah. Could you prank him? And who's the other guy that cuts the sleeves off his shirts? Who is that guy?
Okay.
That's not what
okay.
I have to do is learn.
Are you
everybody, man.
listening, Roger?
I'm listening to you, sir. What's your problem?
I done bought $8,000 worth of season tickets to see the Houston Texans play. First of all, y'all done got rid of D-Hop because he don't play that no more. That's the whole nother issue. But now we don't know if y'all gonna be letting people come watch the game. They gonna be playing. How do I get my money back?
To that we say.
And to that, we got to go. More of the Steve Harvey Morning Show coming up and some trending news at 33 minutes after. Right after this. Yes.
That's why nobody don't like your ass, Roger.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, so guys, here are today's trending headlines on race relations. 400 National Guard soldiers have been deployed to Washington, D.C. to help National Park Police protect monuments around the city. The Fairfax County, Virginia School Board voted to change the name of Robert E. Lee High School.
Good.
Yes,
Good.
great news. Walmart will no longer allow the Mississippi state flag to be flown at its stores. Good again.
Yeah.
More trending race relations news. Brett Hankerson, the Louisville cop who killed Brianna Taylor, has officially been fired. Good. But we are still fighting for justice for Brianna Taylor. There will be a march today at Kentucky's Capitol building in Frankfort, Kentucky. That's going on at 11 a.m. today. And finally...
But wait,
So
let's talk about that, though. He got fired, but we still want charges
to the other
against
officers.
All three officers. That was a small step. That's action,
Right.
but we need more action, justice for Brianna
Taylor.
That
Say
ain't
her
enough.
name.
So
That's
what are they
right,
saying?
because
This is
they
an
killed her.
investigation right now?
Yes,
Is that what this is?
It's an ongoing investigation, but it's been over 100 days since Brianna Taylor senselessly killed by Louisville Police Department. That botched no-knock warrant.
Yeah. And finally, guys, in Brunswick, Georgia, Travis McMichael, Gregory McMichael, and William Roddy Bryan have each been indicted by a grand jury. Their names sound familiar because they were involved in the murder of Ahmaud Arbery. All right? The Cobb County DA, Joyette Holmes, announced the indictment on yesterday. They each face 9 charges, including malice murder and felony murder.
Way to go, DA. District
Come
Attorney
on, baby.
Holmes.
Definitely. That's right.
Yes.
And speaking of the state of Georgia, they passed a hate crimes bill. Because they were one of the few states that didn't have one, so they passed that hate crimes bill. So we're happy.
Right.
All this is progress. It's progress.
Yes, absolutely.
Small
Shirley.
steps.
And long overdue progress, too.
Yes,
Long
this is
overdue,
2020. Come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Wow.
This
So
is-
don't forget the march for Brianna Taylor at Kentucky's Capitol building. That's in Frankfort, Kentucky at 11 a.m. today. You know.
And speaking of Kentucky, did you guys see yesterday, actually Tuesday, on voting day, when they had closed so many of those polling places? Did you see those voters demanding?
Still trying to get in.
Yes, demanding the right to vote. That's right. No voter suppression. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
And because of there's so many mail-in votes that a guy Brooks, I think his name Brooks of
Charles Booker.
Charles Booker.
Booker has a really good chance to win,
Coming up, it's our last break of the day.
It is the last break of the day. Remember, if you protest, check your spelling, okay? Check your spelling.
All right. And also, some great news. Tommy and Jay are going to do the closing remarks, right?
Yes.
Oh, this ought to be good. Coming up in 49 minutes after, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, here we are, last break of the day, and we have a special treat for you. Of course, Steve was off today. It was his 14th anniversary.
That's
he and
what
Marjorie.
I wanted to ask real quick.
Yeah,
real
he and
quick.
Marjorie
Tommy
are celebrating.
just celebrated his anniversary.
He did.
How many years?
Congratulations. How many?
Tommy, how many years?
A couple years.
Oh, you
right?
don't want to know, Jay.
You
Don't.
don't talk about. Okay.
No,
You don't.
Well,
Yeah,
you know I want to talk
Bitterman.
about mine, then you know I don't want to talk about.
What?
And Steve celebrated 14.
You're
So
right.
my question is, with quarantine, where do you go when you can't go nowhere? That's what I need to know.
And he couldn't come to work.
Yeah.
What were they doing?
Right at the house, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can't take a break. The setup is in the other room. It's
Tommy
not
took
like-
off for his, too.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take off for mine,
We
too,
never
in
take off
August.
for ours, Carla.
Yeah.
I'm asking the married, where do you go?
Jay,
You can't
I
go
went
nowhere.
downstairs. I lit 4 tiki torches. And we had dinner on the patio.
Aw, that's romantic.
That was
very
nice.
romantic.
That was
Yeah.
nice. That was very nice.
Nice music on, and we had dinner on the patio. So
That was
good.
very nice. Stop the presses. If y'all get to be off because y'all married, then I definitely need to get to be off because I'm not married. I can find something to do with that day.
Maybe you could get married on that day.
Shut your
you
mouth.
gotta pick an anniversary day for you.
Shut your mouth, Shirley Strawberry.
It's just a suggestion.
Now, Carla, yours is in what month?
August 21st.
When is yours,
Okay.
Shirley?
Shirley's January.
Yeah, January 9th.
Oh, okay.
So
When is
Carla,
Jackie's
you
birthday? Wait, excuse me. When is Jackie's birthday, Tommy?
Hers is the same as Ernesto's, January 9th.
Okay, it's my anniversary is January 9th.
January
I
9th.
knew
Right.
that. I knew that.
Yeah, you knew it.
Right.
Sound real
Yeah.
real crazy over there, Strawberry.
It's
It
like my
sound
grandmother
like-
said, you trying to convince me or yourself?
Right.
It sounds like she didn't know my wife's birthday to know when her anniversary
Yes,
is.
that's what it is. Well, maybe you
But
guys can. Go ahead.
Carla, you might be still in the middle of COVID doing your anniversary. I hope
Oh
not.
yeah, Carla.
Yeah, you might.
Because you in August.
Yeah.
So start
Well, you know
looking
what?
around the yard for places where y'all might want.
Well, you can
Places y'all might hang out.
set up your table and everything.
And your mask.
Yeah, how you gonna eat with the mask? Or you got to cut a hole in your mask.
And
Now,
I'm
Shirley,
glad
you
brought
in
up
January, you might, that's when they saying that they may have a
Yes.
vaccine or whatever by December or January. So you might be lucky. You might be matter of fact, we all might come kick it at your anniversary.
You and I,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Well,
Now we
Shirley,
just
I'm
have to
glad-
worry about the flu.
Yeah, just the
Yeah, you
flu.
worry about that. That's another thing. I'm glad you
Wow.
brought up masks, Shirley, because that leads me into my closing remarks. Music.
Come on.
Music. You gonna use his music? He gonna kill you.
Hell yeah, we gonna use it. Turn it
Oh
on.
my God.
Whoa. He ain't doing a damn thing.
You think he
My
playing this
closing-
on his anniversary?
Yeah.
Come on.
My closing remarks today are these masks that people should wear. Mandatory that you won't, when you go out, please put a mask on. But what the mask has done, it has masked us to not knowing by wearing a mask, we can't look at you when you have a mask on. There's no way for us to tell, especially if you're beautiful, you got nice eyes and nice facial features and stuff, and we can see your chin and just the bridge of your nose, and your hair looks
What the
good.
heck is he talking about?
We cannot tell how many teeth you missing. We just cannot look at that. So
let me have some of that, brother.
With that in mind, we need the number of teeth that are missing on your. Go ahead, Tommy, get some.
on your mask.
Well, let me jump right in there with you, Jay. I'm gonna give it back to you, but I just want to say this since you're right there in the middle of it. We also one thing that you're now finding out. You're finding out with your mask on just how funky your breath really is. Now you're seeing and feeling what we've been feeling for so many years.
Thank you.
A lot of y'all have fainted and don't know why. It's your damn breath that's knocking your ass out.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Your mask.
Take it on again, Jay.
Here we go. Now, also, the mask, what the mask is doing, I don't know how to say this.
Just say it. Just say it. What is it?
There's no way. At some point, you've got to change that mask, okay? When I can look at you and see that mask has been around for a while, it is time for you to remask. I don't know how to. It is time.
Unmask that mask and remask.
Unmask that mask and remask. Go ahead, Tommy, get some.
Yeah,
Carla, they are so deep, Carla. They are so deep.
There's also some other things on your body that need some help, too. There's some things on your body that need some help. Because a lot of y'all need to mask that ass. Yes.
What?
Put a whole mask across your ass.
Some of y'all. He's absolutely right. Some of y'all need a mask across your ass. Some of y'all need a mask. And another thing, Tommy, some of y'all with these masks on, I'm not saying all, but you have ugly eyes. You need to take the mask up higher. Yeah, your eyes are real ugly. There's some real, I'm looking at some ugly ass eyes out here.
So how about this, Jay? Let's put some holes in the mask when you pull up the mask so you can see through the mask.
Yes.
So we don't have to look at you.
Yes.
Your ugly ass. That's all.
Yes.
Ignorant show.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Yeah.
You were about to lose your job. Get this damn Steve gonna kill y'all.
Girl, they ought to run that closing all week. Y'all ought to run that tip right.
All right, thank you guys. We love you. Bye-bye.
Steve will be back tomorrow.
Yes,
Have
thank
a good
God.
weekend.
For all Steve Harvey contests, no purchase necessary, void where prohibited. Participants must be legal U.S. residents at least 18 years old unless otherwise stated. For complete contest rules, visit SteveHarveyFM.com.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.